Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. I'm Nathan Hager, joined by Bloomberg's Kriti Gupta on a broadly positive Thursday morning, Kriti. But when you look at the individual stocks this morning, there are a lot of big moves to the downside, particularly when it comes to Eli Lilly. A lot of dynamics there. Good morning.
Good morning, Nathan. Yeah, leave it to me to throw a little cold water on this broad rally. But Eli Lilly is definitely one of them you got to keep an eye on. They're coming out with their earnings this morning. Their full year revenue did come in hotter than expected when it comes to those earnings pictures, but it's getting overshadowed by the fact that their weight loss pill study came in, they say highly effective, but only by 11%. That is slightly less than the street was expecting when it comes to that number by comparison. Wegovy, which of course is the Novo Nordisk offering, users lost about 14 to 15%. So 11% coming in short does not bear well for Eli Lilly shares. And that's why you're seeing that a pretty decent sized move in that stock. LLY is your ticker this morning. Those shares down by some 14%, trading at about $640 a share, $639 now, and dropping, like I said, as we speak. I'm going to continue the doomsday, but I'll promise you I will turn around the story in just a little bit.
Well, you kind of have to, right?
I know. It's the fun stuff. Don't blame me, blame the market. Fortinet is your biggest drop in the pre-market this morning, though. This is a juicy one. FTNT is your ticker, down about 21%, trading at $76 a share. And I remember this is one of the major cyber stocks that we continue to watch in terms of, one, the AI trade, but also the geopolitics and the defense trade as well. It moves in line with Datadog. It moves in line with the likes of Palo Alto Networks. Every time you see one of those geopolitical headlines, Fortinet is actually one of the stocks that move. That being said, their software company gave an update when it comes to their refresh cycle, and they're saying that actually was fairly disappointing relative to the analyst expectations across the street, to the point that you are seeing those shares drop quite a bit, not only after market yesterday, but as early even this morning as well. A series of downgrades to follow when it comes to the stock. Morgan Stanley, for example, is just one. KeyBank is another, really saying that this is going to be a much smaller catalyst when it comes to that refresh cycle than expected, and kind of take some of the momentum out of a lot of the hope that was built into the stock. So FTNT down 21%, $76 and change for the shares. We'll just get one more negativity one out of the way. Airbnb. Okay. I know you don't believe me, I promise. Airbnb is the other one. Those earnings came out after the bell yesterday, but those shares are reacting this morning, down about 6.5%, trading at $122 a share. Now, their third quarter revenue did come in kind of bang in line with estimates, but their outlook was a little bit worrying here. They're saying that the macroeconomic uncertainty may be overshadowing some of their numbers, so really keep an eye on that one. Let's go to some of the upside movers, though, because they're worth hitting as well. DoorDash getting quite the move, or quite the bid, I should say, this morning to the tune of over 8%. DASH is your ticker there, trading at about $281 a share and climbing as we speak. They're giving a fairly rosy outlook when it comes to their delivery orders, hitting a record, by the way, to the point that they're talking about not only beating the average, but a record for the company as well. The average estimate was about $23.8 billion. Their upper range is about $24.7. So that's a pretty big full year forecast that they're giving, not to mention some pretty good commentary around the consumer in the United States. So some positivity from DoorDash being reflected in those shares, Nathan.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.